What's up, y'all? It's Andrew, aka Life of Lil Raj, back with another video. Today we have a double unboxing here. So today we have her art here. So basically here we have West Coast and then East Coast, so California, and then we have New York here. So before we get further into the unboxing, I figured I'd give a little history on this livery and why it's called what it's called. So basically it's called Her Art here, and the history behind that is that United was looking into having a contest to help women show their art off, as it is an issue in the United States. According to an article, women make up 51% of the artists, but only 13% of their work is shown. So United's focus was to find someone who can submit in a competition, basically her artwork, and whoever would win would get their artwork featured on a plane. So we have two planes here. So this artwork was basically supposed to be representative of the United States from coast to coast. So that explains why we have West Coast here and then East Coast here, or basically California all the way to New York. So the artist who won was local New Jersey artist Corinne Antonelli. She recently won a contest by United to design a unique livery for one of the airlines, the Boeing 757s. So the contest, Her Art Here, was designed to promote female participation in the arts. As outlined in the United press release, about 51% of all artists are women, but only 13% have had their artwork on display in the United States. So basically, Corinne's artwork was basically the East Coast one, the New York one here, and then for the West Coast one, this one was won by an artist named Songwei Mu. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So according to an article, Mu's airplane livery art was shaped by her own personal journey. She grew up in Taipei and emigrated to San Francisco 14 years ago aboard a United Airlines flight. Mu said in a statement of her opportunity to design an airplane livery, "It's truly a dream come true. The vibrant colors, sunshine, and subject matter make it California. I could never imagine one day my art will be displayed on a United Airlines plane, which brought me to the United States. There are no culture borders in art, and it doesn't matter my status as an immigrant female artist. This plane has its mission now to bring more joy into people's life, connecting people and uniting the world through experienced art." So with that being said, we will get into the unboxing now. So without further ado, let's prepare for takeoff. So to start off this video, we'll start with East Coast, New York. So you know, as Jay-Z and Alicia Keys like to say, Empire State of Mind, basically. Concrete jungle, this is where all our dreams are made of. So might as well start with New York. Basically also East Coast history, started on the East Coast, migrated to the West. So enough of my history, little musical rant type thing. Let's start with review of the box. So here we have the box, as you can see. It's a beautiful thing. It kind of represents the livery as well on the plane. So in the box you can see the New York buildings here, Empire State Building, other buildings, as well as was the bridge. We got the airplane here. So we have United, of course it's by United, so Boeing 757-200. So if we flip it around to the back, basically the same thing with the livery continued, the design continued, your choking hazard, ages 14 and plus, made in China, item number. So we look at the bottom of the box here. So we have it here, you can see where I got it here from the Airliners International. I was able to negotiate a price lower than this, get a good deal with it. I believe I got this from a Texan airplane store, so working with Nick, he is awesome, a good businessman. I like being able to support him, and also he's from Texas, so I gotta help my boy out, you know, fellow Texan. So yeah, we go around to this side here. It basically United Boeing 757 by NG models. Here it says 1 to 400 scale, collectible models, die cast metal. Here it's basically the same thing with the reg number, so N14102. And here on the other side, just the normal Boeing 757 United NG on the 1 to 400 scale collectible models, only die cast metal. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing portion now. I know you guys have been waiting for that. So here we have the model. We also have a card here. You know, NG does these so you can collect points basically. So for these videos, I figured to help boost the channel, I'm gonna unscratch this and I'll put the number somewhere in the video. You guys gotta watch the video very carefully, and I'll put the number in the video so you guys can go and claim that number if you guys would like. But the number is not going to be obvious or super obvious to be seen, so you'll have to look around the video, watch a couple times, and maybe you guys can get the code. So since this is the first code, I'll make it a little bit more easier than what I'll usually do. I figured with every NG model I do for the next few NG models, I'll put the code in for you guys to try to find and keep for your own. So I'll do that with the next model as well in this video since it's a double unboxing, but don't worry about that for now, I guess, or do worry about it, try to find it within the video. So I'll put it in after this part of the review. So moving on to the model here, it's still wrapped up here, so you can watch me try to open this, struggle to open it. So I guess not too much of a struggle here. So here we have our model here. So starting off at the front here, we got the cockpit windows here, we got the pitot tubes here. Moving on here, we have L1 doors, so it's kind of hard to see with the whole paint scheme of her art over here. You can see we got like the colors here that represent the globe, the earth basically, and then we got the United logo just going across here, and then we can move on further to the middle portion of the plane. So here we have an antenna up here, and then we go into the winglets here with the engines and the wing, and we have the exit doors on top of the wing, and then you can see the engines here, the landing gears, and the winglets. So moving on, we got the globe in the background, continuing on with the whole earth, basically the oceans and the continents here. And then moving on here, we have the Brooklyn Bridge, I believe, and then we have the registration with the US flag, so there you can read it, for N14102. Moving on, we got some more of the buildings here, so like, and then the Statue of Liberty face, basically, there she is. And then you got the door on the very end, the emergency exit. So moving further along, you got more buildings that basically is like the city line of New York. And moving up here, we have the tail. So basically the United logo as well. I think it's cool how whenever Continental and United merged and kept the Continental logo, but they kind of made it their own with the new colors and such. So we can move to the rear part of the plane, basically. So let me readjust the camera to focus here. We've got the APU in the back, and then you can see the gears up front there. So nothing too much else to add detail in the back. Moving to the right side, and it's mirrored, basically like the left side of the plane. You know, you got your Statue of Liberty here, same doors, and then we can move along here. You got the Wi-Fi box on top, and then the bridge, the globe. I don't know if you're hearing my voice crack, but you got that on camera now. So then we have more antennas and lights up there, so I'll show you that in more detail And we can move the front where we have our one door and then the nose gear, the cockpits, and more of those pitot tubes. So we can look at the top of the model, and let me zoom out real quick so you can get a full view of the top whenever I show you guys. So here we have Wi-Fi box, some more antennas, as well as the lights for the top of the roof of the airplane. So this model is really beautiful, well detailed. I'm so glad I was able to add it to my collection. So I'm going to flip the model over to the bottom part so we can look at the bottom part. So nothing too much here. You got some detail here as well, more antennas. You can see part of the cargo hatch, I believe, or some more boxes here, detail there. And then more detail along the middle of the body. Here we have the gears, so you can see the 757 setup as well. More details towards the front. We got the hole for the stand, so insert your Michael Scott joke. That's what she said. Joke here.
That's what she said.
And then nose gear, as well as more detail up front. So to wrap up this model, basically Empire State of Mind model here, I'll show you each side. So we'll start with the left side here. Have it from the rear. Then we have it from the right side. And then lastly we have from the front side. So here we have a very good looking model. I'm so happy, like I mentioned earlier, I'm so happy that I was able to get it. So with that being shown, we'll add this to the shelf and then move on to the next model. So New York was N14102, and then the California one is N14106. So like I said, I got this for a lower price than was shown on the box, working with Nick from Texan Airplane Store. I enjoyed working with him. He has a great store, so I would recommend that you check his store out as well. And no, this is not a paid promotion. I just enjoyed meeting with him, talking with him, and buying a bunch of models from him. So without any more, let's go ahead and unbox now. So we have the model here. We also have our NG card. So like I mentioned, I'll scratch up the code, put it somewhere in the video. It's up to you guys to look and try to find the code. I'll make this one kind of easy as well, since it's the first video where I'm doing this. So I'll still make it quite small, so you'll definitely have to watch the video and try to find where the code will be at. So I'll set the model down for you guys here. This box to the side. She's very California girl themed, as Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg would say. And we can start with the model review. So starting off with this model, if the camera does not want to shake and vibrate every time I barely move the phone. So basically we got the front here where it's the cockpit here, and then you have the Star Alliance there as well. Then L1 door, the landing gear. And then United logo, or basically the United here. We got the beach and the waves here. The engines, we can move the model up here. We got the palm trees, landing gear below, winglets, and then we got the bridge back here. So it's a different bridge from the other one. The other one's in New York. This one is in California. So And then we got the registration, so it's N1406. The camera will focus and then gets ready for bed. It doesn't want to focus as much anymore, so moving towards the end there, we got the last door at the end. Let's see if we can go back to the middle of the model. It's a little bit hard to see, but you also still have your emergency exits here as well, so I'm going to try to point at them. There's the back one, or the rear one on the left side, and then there's the front one on the left side. So those are the ones that are over the wings. So going back to the tail end of the model here, just the Continental or United logo, but like it's the old Continental and the United colors. So if we move to the back, you can see they have the tail blue, and this one, or the end part. So here we got the back part. It's a little bit more difficult to see that, but there's the APU, and then we have the horizontal stabilizers. So moving to the right side, it's basically a mirror. You can see we have the doors, the bridge, palm trees, United logo. At the top, you can see we got the Wi-Fi box. Then we'll have some more detail here. So more antennas, basically more design details, the lights and such. So if we go back here, you can see the front. We got the cockpit as well. This is a little bit interesting. The design here with the cockpit, there's more paint wrapping around the cockpit. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can look at the bottom of the aircraft. So here, I guess I did not zoom out enough, so let me zoom out a little bit more. We can get the whole model in here, or most of the model in here. So nothing too much, just continuation of her art here. More of the paint design there, along with the United colors. The engines are blue, part of the United livery colors. The landing gears, some more details here with antennas, and then the hole for the stands and such, more detailed there. Not too much here, and then it finishes up here, and you can see up here it's super tiny, so I'm not going to attempt to zoom in, but basically it says the 757-200 at the tip. So right up here, maybe I can zoom, I'll take it close, but yeah. I do apologize if I sound kind of off. My allergies decided to act up like right before I decided to start recording these videos. So, but to continue on, I'll finish off this review. Here we have the left side. And we have the back end, or how it looks from the rear of the aircraft. And then we have the right side. And then we have the front. So to wrap this video up, I figured I'd show the model side by side. So we got the California one here, and we got the United here. So I'm super excited to add them to my collection. I gotta figure out where I'll add them. So we got this shelf here that's kind of tight. This one has a little bit of space, but it is getting kind of tight. And then we got our Southwest collection here. So I don't know if I'll include it with the Southwest or not. But if we look up here, I got the American as well. And then this shelf is pretty much full. And then I was hoping to keep this one for more USA related things. Right. You can see here where I did the previous model there. So yeah, this is a little preview of my collection. But going back to these, I'm super excited to have them. So with that, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate all the support
and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.